unapologetically a black girl. The nails are long, the hoops, they come outside, and a lot of times I walk in places and they want me to tone that down. Not realizing that this is what's real. This is the talents in the hood. We look like this. This is us, okay? What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Ms.Wy, aka Wynobe for Shizzle, aka God's favorite daughter. I am a Brooklyn resident, born and raised in New York City, and I've been dancing pretty much my whole life. Dance is not just something that I learned in the studio. Dance is not something that I've seen on TV and was like, oh, this is what I want to do. I feel like dance pretty much lived in me from birth. I feel like, you know, in my family growing up, you would be at the barbecue with your family dancing. You're with your friends outside on the block dancing. So it wasn't something that I thought would be structural in my life and would be paying my bills. But I'm happy that it does, and I'm grateful that I can make a living from it. But dance in New York City, it's a hustle. It's a hustle, because growing up, I believed that you could dance on the street and somebody was gonna be like, oh, you know how to dance? Come on TV. Let's do this. That's not how it works. I got invited by my cousin to a show that she had at Alvin Ailey. She was part of a team called Generation Next. Creative director Kelly Peters. And at this time, I was teaching dance at like an after school to children or whatever, you know, and this is something that I've been doing. Well, you know, dance here at the YMCA, things like that. And I went to the show and they were dancing. It wasn't just slide to the left, slide to the right. They were full on popping, waving, locking, dropping it hot, and picking it back up. I felt something. I'm like, yo, I want to get back to this. But truth be told, I wanted to do this because it was at a very high level, professional level. So I spoke to my cousin's mother and she put me on to Kelly Peters. Long story long, I hit him up. He gave me an audition day. I pulled up, nobody there. He gave me the wrong day. Yeah, in Kelly fashion, he gave me the wrong day. So I eventually ended up, I want to say, auditioning months later, probably a year later, I want to say. Got in, and it's been uphill ever since. I didn't know it was a new world. Performances, working with artists, you know, choreograph, being a creative director myself. It just started spiraling into something that was great, you know, and I'm continuing to feed the beast. My very first show with Gen X, I didn't get to dance because Kelly told me I wasn't ready. And you gotta respect that. If you ain't ready, you ain't ready. One of the old members looked at me. He was like, oh, you somebody's mother? First of all, I look good, okay? Let's not that. I look good for whatever age I am. I'm 30, I turned 30 a couple weeks ago. She's an Aquarius. I was like, what the? Because that's what the outfit is giving. I could be your mother. You could be my son, like Nikki said. But I've heard it like, oh, but a lot of times people look at me and they be like, you don't look your age. And I'm not one of those type of people that hide my age. I am what I am. I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be. I'm 30 years old. And I feel like it is my responsibility to make sure I don't let these girls leave me at the audition, because ain't no 16-year-old gonna outdance me. Ain't nobody gonna outdo me. I don't care if you're 2, 16, or 48. You get what I'm saying? And you can learn from people, no matter what age. I don't believe in age restriction. I don't, at all. If you want to do something, you can do it. As long as you're consistent, it brings success, no matter what you want. And if you really want it, ain't nobody gonna tell you no, or you can't have it, or you can't do it. The only person that can tell you is you. So it don't matter what age. If you want to start tomorrow at 42, then you do. Okay? Let's not even talk about age. She's a thick girl, and I've always been a thick girl. I was never small. I was always hippie. I was always jiggly puff. So there was a moment, and I remember vividly when I was younger. I want to say junior high school, possibly. I was doing like a dance in summer camp, you know, and my mother was recording this back when you bring the recorders out, and you could hear somebody in the recording like, why is that fat girl on stage? Not the fat girl that's in the front. Killing it. And I remember what's crazy is my weight used to affect my mother, how she felt, because she would hear it. And me, I felt good. This is who I am. You know, I'm dancing because it makes me feel good. But she would get mad because people were talking about her daughter and her weight, not realizing that years later I'm gonna be performing at the VMAs with Lizzo with my hips, and I'm gonna be on TV screens with my hips, you know. And don't get me wrong, I understand that weight and health play a big part in just life, especially if I'm gonna be active, I'm gonna be dancing. But some people are naturally, you know, thicker than others, and My weight has always been a thing. And for some reason, I have no discipline when it comes to that. Man, I could do everything in the world, but discipline with this body, still working on it at this big girl age. But yeah, that is one stigma that I've dealt with. And I'm unapologetically a black girl. The nails are long, the hoops, they come outside, and a lot of times I walk in places and they want me to tone that down. Not realizing that this is what's real. This is the talents in the hood. We look like this. This is us, okay? The edges, the nails, everything, and that's what they take that in pop culture anyway, and they try to spin it, not realizing that this is the origin of it. This is the real, you know. So that's the stigmas, but I don't let it affect me. I do feel like I use my dance to reach other people and empower them. Obviously, I come from Brownsville, Brooklyn, you know, and where I'm from, people don't know that they can be more, that they can have anything that they want to because they don't know. They don't have the resources, they don't have the access. So I use dance to empower people. I show them like I can do these things, and from dance I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. I can pretty much wake up and be a mogul one day, and that's what I'm working towards. So that's how I pretty much use dance as empowerment. It's never about the steps for me. 5, 6, 7, 8, whoa, ha, ha, ta, stop. We will not do a step until we get this right. Y'all have to understand the power of patience. Let me stop lying. The steps better be right. The steps better be right. But when they supposed to be. When it's supposed to matter.